Hello, I'm Frank Hanaway, and welcome to Big Journey, Small Steps. Well, this is going to be a little bit of an update, a little bit of a ramble, and not too much of a ramble, because if I start telling the story of the hospitalization and all the things I've been through with nursing, and nobody wants to hear it, so I won't. But I will say we've been through a lot. Mom is doing better. Finally, she got a UTI, and because we have home nursing so we could keep her home, it required Cetadone. It required that the doctor and the nursing staffs work together, and it took me a week to get her a prescription for a urinary tract infection. And if you've had one, you know that isn't pleasant. So I've been out there facilitating. So anyway, but she is starting to improve from the urinary tract infection, and we're going to the doctor today. I've got a list, and she's getting up on her own some. She's going to the bathroom on her own. So things are improving. My dear friend Peggy was here for 4 days, and she helped out. I have a wonderful sitter who I have full-time at least one more week, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, we'll see. And what's funny is she comes 6 hours a day, but she comes every day. And during that 6 hours, I have a half an hour for meditation, an hour for a nap. And what does that leave me with? 4.5 hours to go to the store and get prescriptions and call doctors and all that stuff. But anyway, it's all working out. But the neatest thing that happened was this. I bought a baby monitor. Now, we had a monitor at the house that was years old, a Radio Shack one. And I couldn't find all the pieces of it. And funny, since then I've found the pieces of it, but it's very primitive, and I wouldn't have bought a new one. I would have used this and let it drive me crazy. If you've ever used a monitor, you know there's a fine line between hearing too much and hearing too little. So anyway, the one I got has two off, what would you call them, units, two separate units besides the one next to my mother that's monitoring her, that I can take with me anywhere I want, up to 1,000 feet, which means I can walk the dog. I can, you can adjust the sensitivity, you can adjust the volume. It's just wonderful. It's changed my life. And so I'm sleeping much better because I know I will hear if anything is a little bit off. I hear it and I get up and I go in there, and I'm right about 99% of the time. There was one night when she kept calling out my name in her sleep, and I would go in there. It could have been my dad, whose name was the same, but I'd hear Frank and I'd run in there and she'd be sound asleep. So anyway, I highly recommend. This changed my life. I wish, well, it was the right time to get it. So I look back over the decisions from the last year, and one of them was to get the sitter. We didn't really need her when I first hired her a year ago, but I wanted Mom to know her, and I wanted her to know us, and she loves our dog, she walks our dog, she'll do she's just fabulous. And I trust her. She can talk to doctors. I can really leave the house and not worry about anything. And if there's something I need to see about, she has sense enough to get in touch with me. You know, all those things are important. And though professional medical people, doctors, nurses, therapists, they're trying to do a good job, but one of the things I'm seeing in this modern age of specialization, getting everybody to connect. I think it's better than it was for a while when I went through the bad time with Mom like 3 years ago, and she was in and out of the hospital over 2 months. There wasn't any hope. They were just starting to get computerized. So it's getting a little bit better, but man, getting that prescription, that was bad. But the important thing is that Mom is starting to feel better. And though she said, she told me, she said, I hope you won't be disappointed if I pass away. And then we laughed about it. And I said, well, I won't be disappointed. When the Lord calls you home, I'll let you go. But for now, let's try and make you feel good while you're here. So anyway, well, thanks for listening. I just wanted to try and stay in touch as best I can. And it's kind of good for me to say, okay, today I need to make a video. So I'll keep you informed. And from the bottom of my heart, as I always do, I want to wish you peace and joy.